Would it surprise you if I told you that animals are very much like us, not only by the fact that they eat, breathe, communicate with their relatives and produce offspring, but also by many habits, features of their body gestures, and even the expression of their faces? I welcome all of you to my channel, and today I will tell and show some animals that are very similar to people. Enjoy your viewing, and after that, write in the comments down below which animal you like the most. A Japanese man is friends with a fish whose head looks like a human for almost 30 years. Hiroyuki Orakawa, a 79-year-old resident of Tokyo, has been friends with a huge fish named Yoriko that lives in an underwater temple for almost 30 years. The representative of the family Labridae has a large head, similar to a human one. In the late 1980s, a diver named Orakawa saved the predatory fish from starvation and has been visiting Yoriko regularly ever since. Horakawa has been diving for many years to the underwater Shinto temple, which is located on the territory of Tokyo, Japan. One day, he noticed that a huge fish swimming near the structure was feeling unwell. Yoriko was injured. The Japanese man fed the predator with crabs for 10 days in a row, 5 times a day, until it got better. Since then, Yoriko and Orakawa have been inseparable friends. According to the Japanese, he dives to the temple with a special gong, with which he calls Yoriko. It appears every time and begins to circle around the diver. The fish allows him to touch itself and even kiss it. Orakawa believes that Yoriko remembers how he once saved its life. A fish with a human face. A visitor to a village in southern China was stunned to see a fish with a human face. The footage she shot went viral online, as it really shows a fish with a head collar that strongly resembles a person's mouth, nose, and eyes. According to popular blogger Feidan Videos, the unusual animal was discovered yesterday by a visitor to Miao Village, a tourist destination in the city of Kunming. Web users across the country have been amazed by the 15-second clip since it appeared on Weibo, the Chinese equivalent of Twitter. One person wrote, "It's scary." Another asked, "Who dares to eat it?" One woman who was present at the shooting of the video, according to the author of the video, was so shocked by what she saw that she immediately fainted. However, in fact, it has long been known that in recent years, carp often appear in ponds, whose color strongly resembles a human face. Cases of carps with a human face have been reported in Taiwan and the UK as well. So in 2010, a 44-year-old British man discovered that a carp he bought 5 months ago had begun to develop human-like facial features. It was amazing. I could easily make out 2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth. At first I thought I was suffering from sunstroke, but all these were happening in reality, said the owner of the fish, Brendan O'Sullivan from Dagenham, Essex. Mr. O'Sullivan's fish is said to be worth approximately 40,000 UK pounds. A primate with a sad human face. In China, they found a primate with a sad human face, from the muzzle of which a sullen and sad expression does not go away. It is understandable. Our hero experienced problems with finding a partner all 19 years of its life and remains without a couple. Now an avid bachelor is looking for a wife. Visitors to the zoo compared the primate to a divorced older man. This sad 19-year-old primate lives in a zoo in the city of Tianjin in China. He won the public's attention last year when zoo visitors compared him to a divorced older man. For 19 years, the monkey has not been able to meet a partner. But behind the sad expression of the monkey's face, there really is a sad fate. Perhaps this was due to the peculiarities of his character. The park staff said the male was aggressive and hyperactive, and also liked to play in the mud and break coconuts. The unnamed primate belongs to the Sapajos Apelia margirate subspecies and the tufted capuchin species. He has been living in the Chinese zoo since 2002. Previously, 2 females lived with him, but both of them died. The primate continued to play with other monkeys in the enclosure. The whole zoo hopes that soon the capuchin will find its happiness. Together with thousands of netizens, the zoo staff hopes that the sad primates will find the long-awaited love. In 2016, we acquired 3 females of the tufted capuchin subspecies, but they have not yet reached sexual maturity. The zoo staff said. When they grow up, we really hope that our capuchin with a human face will finally find a wife. In any case, the capuchin still has time to continue the family. and now he is a man in the prime of life. Monkeys of this species live on average about 25 to 30 years. Cat. Maine Coons are often the stars of the internet. But this 2-month-old cat with a black smoke color and the mystical nickname Valkyrie became famous not because of the breed, but because of its unusual muzzle, which is very similar to a human face. The video with the kitten, posted on Instagram by the owner Tatiana Rastorcueva, became popular in a few days and pretty much scared users. Paul, if you're stuck in a cat, blink twice. It looks like a witch has turned into a cat and is thinking that the Inquisition will not blow up. The commentators write, other people advise the breeder to try Valkyrie in the filming of horror films. And one very impressionable user wrote that the muzzle of this kitten is what he will see before his own death. Are you afraid of the kitten named Valkyrie? The web is crazy about a dog with a human face. On one of the popular online resources Reddit, users found a strange dog of the Shih Tzu breed and were surprised by its face, which is incredibly similar to a human. So a 1-year-old dog named Yogi became just a star of social networks. The owner of the dog, Chantal Desjardins, said that she had never even noticed the resemblance of her dog to a person. She often posted photos of her favorites on Facebook, and not only her friends liked the photos, but they also went viral on the network. Someone check the pixels. Please, I can't sleep if it's real. At first I laughed, then I felt uncomfortable, and now I'm rocking back and forth, desperately trying to convince myself that this is just a person's face that was put on a dog. Such and many other comments began to appear after the distribution of the photos of Yogi. He has even been compared to the face of the film actor Nicolas Cage, and the dog became the hero of the other internet memes. Users especially liked the video where Yogi winks at the audience. The short video has already received more than 25,000 views. In the United States, there is a dog with a human face. In Kentucky, there is a 2-year-old dog named Tonic of the breed Shih Tzu, Shih Tzu and Poodle mix, whose face is very similar to a human. At one time, an animal welfare organization saved him from death. He's in a shelter now. The animal is said to be very cute and he loves people. A bear that walks like a man. A YouTube user, Johnny Jansen, posted a video that he shot in one of the zoos in Laos. In the video, a black Himalayan bear walks on 2 legs near a fence. A video with the same bear was published in August of 2015. Then one of the sites tried to explain why the bear walks on 2 legs. Presumably when it was young, it was easier for the bear to beg for food from visitors on 2 legs. The bear weighed little, so there was no special load on the spine. Gradually, it became a habit for it and it still walks like this. According to the website News of Thailand, these videos were shot at the rescue center for bears in Laos. Bears that were rescued from the Billus farms live there. This business is famous in Asian countries. Bile used in traditional Chinese medicine is extracted from bear gallbladders. The center works like a zoo. People come to see the animals and feed them. This bear has become thin due to prolonged malnutrition and is really used to standing up on its hind legs to beg for food from visitors. Everyone takes the bear, who perfectly walks on 2 legs, for a man in a costume. The bear named Petals became a celebrity, thanks to his habit of walking on 2 legs. He was last seen in December, but was recently spotted again near a golf course in Oak Ridge, New Jersey. The bear walks on 2 hind legs due to an injury on its front paw. Petals were not seen for several months, which led to concerns that he did not survive the winter. He has now become so popular on the internet that he even has his own Facebook page with over 12,000 followers, as well as videos with many thousands of views. Why do sailors sometimes see mermaids? The myth of mermaids could not appear out of thin air. Where did the legends about sea tempestuses come from? And who do sailors actually see sometimes? Take a look at these photos of beluga whales and you will immediately understand everything. Beluga whales are a type of cetacean. It is painted in a beautiful light color. It is also often called a singing whale because the beluga whale makes sounds that are heard not only underwater, but also on the surface. Here are the mermaids who actually sing their songs to the sailors. Add the effects of rum to the stress of being at sea for a long time, and the picture immediately becomes very clear. However, some scientists do not like this explanation. They believe that fish people lived somewhere after all. Sailors can confuse a whale with a girl. What do you think? A harpy. In ancient Greek mythology, half woman, half birds with a very bad character were called harpies. So, South American harpies. Birds of prey that live in the rainforests of Central and South America are not their namesakes for nothing. First, they are huge. Their length is 110 centimeters. They actually weigh 9 kilograms. And they really look like a man in a bird costume. Secondly, they are aggressive and always out of sorts. You don't want to mess with harpies. The Indians say that a blow of its beak can crack a skull of an adult. Their 10-centimeter claws say a lot. A predator can carry off a dog or a young roe deer, but it mainly hunts monkeys, sloths, opossums, rhinoceros, and parrots. By the way, the South American harpy is the only predator that can defeat a Brazilian porcupine. A fish with human-sized lips was caught recently in Africa, in Lake Malawi to be exact. Some people are moved by it, others are afraid of it. But it's really difficult to remain indifferent at the sight of it. This fish, caught in the African Lake Malawi, was jokingly called Mr. Kisser for its plump, completely human-looking lips. But you should kiss it carefully. Mr. Kisser is a predator. Lake Malawi is one of the most densely populated lakes in the world. It is home to between 500 to 1,000 species of fish, many of which are found only here in Lake Malawi. The members of the family Clychlidae, to which Mr. Kisser belongs, are engaged in a fierce struggle among themselves. The smaller varieties become the prey of the larger ones. Experts believe that the lips help this fish to defend itself from enemies and deftly pick up food from the bottom. Does it remind you of anyone? It turns out that there is a fish not only with human lips, but also with human teeth. This fish is unique. It is found only in one place in the USA, the state of Texas. Its Latin name is Archosargus probatocephalus, and the Americans call it convict fish, which can be translated as sheep's head. The jaw of this fish is really similar to a human's, and the structure of the teeth as well. Blobfish. This fish, embodying universal despondency, inhabits in the deep waters of the Pacific Ocean. Its body is a gel-like mass without muscles. Since the fish's body density is less than that of water, it is able to swim with almost no energy expenditure. And this photo and video went all over the internet. The miracle fish turned out to be a guitar fish. This marine musical instrument has found its home in the eastern port of the Atlantic Ocean and in the Mediterranean Sea, in particular off the coast of Cyprus. British and Americans nicknamed the stingray a guitar fish because of the body shape, which strongly resembles this musical instrument. In Australia, a stingray was nicknamed the banjo shark. In Cyprus, it is most often called the sea fiddle. Romantic, isn't it? Guitarfish are one of the most ancient representatives of stingrays and appeared in the early Jurassic period. These underwater musical instruments lead a quiet lifestyle, most of the time lying on the sandy bottom or muddy ground at a depth of up to 100 meters. In the warm summer months, stingrays come to the shallow water for food. Stingrays feed on small fish, shellfish, and small crustaceans. These sluggards do not bother with unnecessary movement so much that they can be caught by the tail. The average length of a guitarfish ranges from 40 to 80 centimeters. But it happens that there are instances reaching 1.5 meters in length. Stingrays are oviparous fish. The female is able to lay 4 to 8 eggs twice a year. Often, these graceful inhabitants of the depths fall into fish nets. As a rule, fishermen release them back into the sea since the meat of these fish is not used for cooking. Thank you for watching this video until the end. Write your opinion about these strange and funny creatures in the comment section down below, and do not forget to like this video and each animal. We will be pleased. Goodbye!